What if I told you that you do not need to be in a relationship, change your job, move to another country or a city, or have a hefty bank balance in order to be happy? Most of us live in the illusion that happiness lies after achieving that particular milestone. Maybe, for example, getting a car, buying a house, getting that particular job, saving X number of money, getting married, having kids. Happiness does not lie after that milestone. Happiness lies within the moment. And in this particular video, we are going to be talking exactly about that. Science, philosophy, and the ancient wisdom talks about how happiness is something that you can generate irrespective of what situation that you are in. And in this particular video, we are going to be decoding everything happiness so that you can discover happiness or maybe understand the road of reaching happiness by end of this video. So make sure that you have grabbed a beverage of your choice and sit back and relax, and by end of this particular video you will be having a roadmap to your happiness, or at least I'll try. So this particular video is divided into 3 parts. First, we will be talking about why people postpone happiness. In the second part of this particular video, we are going to be talking about 10 principles that you can adopt on a daily basis in order to create happiness at the very moment that you are living. And towards the end of the video, like every video, I'm going to be giving you all a 7-day challenge that you can take in order to rewire your brain to being at a highest level of happiness in your life. So yeah, with that, let's quickly begin with the first part of this particular video, wherein I talk about why people postpone happiness. The number one reason why people postpone happiness is because they have this syndrome called I will be happy when. I will be happy when I get a car. I will be happy when I get the new job. I will be happy when I get a new partner. I will be happy when I have saved an X amount of money. I will be happy when I start a business. They always postpone their happiness and they attach their happiness with certain kind of goal that they have set for ourselves. And this is the biggest mistake. Most of us do that. I have also been guilty of doing this particular mistake. I am no different than you guys. I'm just a girly who was very similar to you, but then of lately I have realized that happiness is not something that you get after achieving something. It's not an end destination, but it's the process itself. So happiness is something that you can create at the very moment with whatever you have. Like in my case, I always attached my happiness to the number of views that I was getting on my videos, the number of subscribers I had. Then of lately I've realized that happiness is not reaching the goal that you have set for yourself, but happiness is something which is currently in this particular moment that I am filming a video for you all. So happiness is something that you create with yourself. You are the creator of your own happiness and not something that will give you any happiness. So the number one thing that you should check off if you feel that you're not happy or if you feel that you will be happy after reaching that particular moment or goal that you have set for yourself. Number 2, external validation trap. Now, society has wired us in a certain way wherein we seek external validation. We want to have a job that society likes us to have, not us liking that particular job. Society, we want to have a partner in life that the society will accept. So we are in this loop of external validation. But what exactly are you doing in this loop of validation? You're actually making unhappy yourself and making the society happy. But either it should be other way around. I'm not telling you to make the society unhappy, but do not do it for the things that will make you acceptable in the society. If anything that sparks joy within you, do that for yourself and not if the society will accept it. I know for a fact that we have been given that social conditioning that we should have external validation, but if you make a conscious attempt towards breaking that social conditioning, guess who's going to be the most happiest person in the world? You, and not the society. So take that first step and start asking, what are some things that I do to make myself happy, and what are some of the things that I do to make the society happy, or if that sparks joy within me. If doesn't, then stop doing those particular activity. I'm not telling you to retire from those activities in a moment. I'm telling you to slowly and gradually reduce those activities, and then you will have time to do more of those activities that spark joy in you. Number 3 is belief that suffering is worth it. A lot of people that I have met who talk about how suffering and struggle is the way of life. They kind of take pride into their suffering and struggle. They tell you that how suffering is the way to the success, but it's not. You can't be suffering and being miserable and be successful. You can only be content, mindful, and happy. That will lead to success and not the other way around. A lot of people find suffering is the thing, that is the way you live life. You cannot be happy and be struggling at the same time. But in reality, you can be happy when you're actually struggling. You do not have to be miserable while you are struggling. So make sure the next time you meet such kind of people, when they tell you that suffering is the way to go or suffering is the way to happiness, tell them right then and there that they are wrong, and how happiness is something which is more enjoyable and pleasurable, that makes the journey sweet of reaching your goals. Number 5 is very much similar to point number 4, that is addiction to struggle. A lot of people are in struggling mindset throughout their life. They are chasing something that even they don't know. They are constantly in external validation trap, and they're constantly trying to please others, forgetting about their own happiness, which is why they struggle, and they have accepted for a fact that struggle is the way. They're addicted to struggle. They try to look for struggle in each and everything that they do. So make sure you're not that kind of person, or not being around these kind of people who actually are addicted to struggle and never are actually happy. Successful people are those who might be struggling, but you wouldn't realize because they're happy in that struggle. So make sure that you enjoy each and every bit of the slice of life that you're living, and look for learnings and opportunities in each and everything. Number 6, perfectionism. A life is an unfinished art, and there is no beautiful thing in something which is unfinished. And when I talk about being unfinished, I talk about being imperfect. We all human beings are imperfect. God has not made us perfect in any manner. Tell me one person whom you find to be perfect. All of us have flaws. All of us are imperfect. But what makes us different from these people when we actually embrace our imperfections? So the next time when you look at yourself in the mirror, do not look at your imperfections, but look at yourself as an unfinished piece of work of art, and derive happiness in whatever that you are looking for in the mirror. Because you've got this life, you're already lucky to be living that particular life. Do not ruin it with perfectionism. I myself have been a victim of perfectionism, wherein I just need everything perfect. But of lately, like after becoming a mother, having a job, doing this content, all of things, I find I am an imperfect at everything. I'm not perfect at everything. But the fact is, I enjoy doing each and everything. I enjoy being a mother. I enjoy being a creator. And I also enjoy at work. So these are some things which sparks joy in me, which keeps me going. And I know that if I find happiness in the journey, I will find happiness at the goal also. But if my journey is filled with struggle or being miserable, guess what I'm going to be finding in the end of the goal? A little more struggle, or being a little more miserable. Number 7, living in the future or past. I actually was a person who was also a victim of this, like wherein there was a point in life when I was just living in the past. I was dreading on the things that I've done in past. I was dreading on and telling people that, oh, I've not achieved this because, this happened in my life, and this is what I want in my future. I was constantly juggling between my future self and my past self. And I was not living in the moment. But of lately, I've realized that living in the moment is the best thing. I do not have past in my hand. I do not have future in my hand. What exactly that I have? I have my present moment in my hand. And if I make this moment worth living, that's exactly that life is. My future is not in my control. The past is not in my control. What exactly that is in my control is the present moment. If I choose to be happy in the current moment, that's what life is all about. Number 8, chronic comparison. We live in the life of social media, wherein we are sharing all our happiness moments on Instagram on the personal side, and on LinkedIn we are sharing all the good moments about our professional lives. No one is actually sharing the bad things. But mind you, a lot of times people share one good thing about their day, but they do not share the 9 bad things that has happened in that particular day. So we often compare people on social media living the best of the lives that they are living, and constantly be in the rut that, oh, my life is not that particularly great. I absolutely cherish the moment or cherish the life that was before social media. I absolutely cherish the time that was before the advent of social media, even if my like literally half of my job is on social media, but I absolutely cherish the time that was there, which is why I make this attempt to create content on social media that can be consumable in a format wherein it excites you, it gets you motivated to work on yourself, it gets you excited to be on the journey of self improvement. And I make sure that whatever time that you have spent on social media watching videos on YouTube, they are worth your time and not like you just wasted 20 minutes of your life watching a video. So if you're consuming social media, consume it very mindfully because it will have an impact on your mind. And lastly, people often confuse what exactly is happiness. They make it synonymous to achievement, pleasure, or excitedness. But in reality, happiness is just the state of being calm, happy at high vibration, and at a peaceful and a mindful state. That's exactly what happiness is. Happiness is not being excited or having that sense of ego in you. Happiness is all about calmness. That's exactly the point of this particular video that I want to create. I want to clear out all of the misconception about happiness and get you exactly in the state of happiness, in the state of bliss that a lot of people call. So these were the 9 things that actually stop people from postponing happiness. Now, moving on to the second part of this particular video, I'm going to be talking about 10 principles of happiness, 10 activities that you can do that will spark joy within you and get you into the state of bliss. Number 1, happiness is not a destination but a choice that you make. If you are miserable, struggling at the lowest end of your life and you are able to be happy in that particular moment, that's exactly what choosing happiness is. It's always a choice. It's always your choice, but not an external choice that you make to be happy. So no matter what condition that you are in, maybe high, low, struggling, winning, or being successful, choose happiness. Because I have heard a lot of people who are successful, but they are not happy. So this itself wrongs the fact that success brings happiness. No, it doesn't. Success and happiness is always a choice, and choose happiness in any manner. It should be a default mode of every time. Remember, when we came in this entire world, we did not know the feeling of sadness, fear, and all sorts of negative emotions. Those are acquired emotions as we have gone or grown up in the journey. But when we came in this particular world, we knew what happiness was. So embrace your default mode of happiness and choose happiness over and above everything. You don't be happy when things go your way. You be happy even if things don't go your way, but you choose to be happy and not sulk on the fact that things are not going your way. When you let go, that's when you kind of embrace happiness. If you are holding on to things, that is when you cannot be happy because you are holding on to a lot of negative stuff. And happiness, that is something that comes when you are on the highest frequency. Number 2, let go of the ego. When I say ego, the ego is I'm a content creator, I'm a PhD, I'm a mother, I'm Kritika. All of this is ego. This is exactly what I am not. I am a soul on a journey and currently in the costume of the body. I am not the body. I am not my age. I am a soul whose entire motto of being in this world is to be in a blissful state. Everything around that is ego. So when you actually shed your ego, that's when you discover happiness. When you complain that I'm not able to be happy, just start peeling off all of the identities that you have, and what you'll find within, just yourself, your soul, being in a blissful state. That's it. Number 3. So when you change your thinking, you change your life. So like for example, a person who has literally nothing what the material world possesses still chooses to be happy. That's exactly what he's doing to his mind, what he's telling to his mind. Even if I do not have anything, I choose to be happy. I'm not going to be happy when I get everything. Happiness is not an end destination, but happiness is something that you start with. So make sure whenever you're starting with anything, maybe a new course, maybe a new video, maybe a new job, maybe a new business, maybe you're shifting to a new country, Just start with happiness, and what exactly that you'll get is happiness in return. And also, when you share happiness, it kind of doubles or multiplies. When you're happy, you share your happiness with someone. That could be any act of service. That is when the happiness would also multiply. So wherever you are, just spread happiness around you, and what you'll find is only happiness around you. This could be a very small gesture of passing on a smile to a stranger. We often look with a very grumpy face to a stranger, not realizing the fact that we might have made the other person realize that why is that person making that particular face on me. But when you actually give a smile, that's when you make the day of that particular person. That person smiles back, and you actually exchange good karmas. The next one, the number fourth one, I might have forgotten the count by now, but what exactly matters is what I'm going to be telling now. Stop chasing and start trusting. Oftentimes, we want something badly. We sort of get desperate towards it. Like, for example, I'll share my own example that I was very desperate to grow my YouTube channel. I was very desperate to have 100K. But now, of lately, I've changed my approach towards creating videos. I now am more excited to work on the craft of creating videos rather than worrying about, okay, what is this video gonna get, how many views it's gonna get, how it's gonna rank in the algorithm, or how many subscribers it's gonna get me. If it is making me happy, if it is providing you value, I'm all up for it. That's exactly you kind of find joy when you detach yourself with the outcomes. The next, living in the present moment. Like I mentioned, not living in the past, not living in the future, just embracing the fact that what you have in this particular moment, being grateful for good health, for good food, for good air to breathe, and good water to drink. I am absolutely very grateful for the time that I have to be able to film this particular video for you all. So be grateful in this particular moment, and that's exactly that you have to do. Be grateful and be happy in every moment. The next, happiness is actually an alignment. When you align your thoughts, your beliefs, your approach, your habits, that's when your happiness flows in tandem. If you are constantly thinking about negative things, you cannot be happy. You have to align your thoughts in order to embrace happiness and to live in the moment. The next and the last one, that is forgiveness. A lot of times we might have felt bad for other person's doing, and that's okay. That's human nature. We experience sadness. We understand, we get hurt. It's okay to feel bad. But what's not okay is to hold on to those things which might block our happiness, because all of the negative things sort of blocks our happiness, and we do not want to hold on to negative stuff. We want to emotionally declutter ourselves in order to be vibrating at the highest frequency that we are all by default meant to. So forgive everyone in your life that might have not given you the kind of behavior that you might have expected, or not giving you in return what you might have expected. It's okay. It's their karma that they have to deal with. You let go, you forgive, that you can embrace and you can increase your vibration of being in a happy state. So these are a couple of the principles that you can follow in order to be happy. So first part, we understood what exactly blocks our happiness. In the second part, we actually understood how we can open doors to embrace happiness in our lives. Now, in the third part, we will be moving forward to a challenge that you can take in the next 7 days and just constantly rewire yourself to be happy in the moment. On day number 1, we are going to be choosing happiness in every moment. We're going to be constantly reminding ourselves, and how you can do that is the moment you wake up, grab a pen or paper and tell yourself 5 things that you are grateful for. And doing just this small activity will keep you in the mode of happiness and gratitude throughout the day. It will start your day on the occasion of choosing happiness and choosing stuff that you're grateful for, as opposed to looking at your calendar or looking at the tasks that you're supposed to do. Oftentimes, we get up in the morning and head straight to our to-do list, understanding how is the day looking like, is it busy or is it easy? But the first thing that we should be doing is understanding and counting our blessings and thanking God for all of the blessings that we've had in life. On day number 2, we're going to be writing thank you messages to 5 people whom we feel grateful to. This could be very small messages, like a one liner or a two liner messages. It could be maybe a sticky note if you are grateful for the people that you're living with. And if those people are far away, you can just write a small one or two liner message of thanking them to be in your life, or just expressing the gratitude of having them. This will instantly rewire your brain into seeing all good things. And because you have expressed happiness, that means you have shared happiness, it will double. And just notice that you will be happy throughout the day for that particular day that you've done this particular activity. So on day number 1, we're going to be writing down 5 things that we're grateful for. On day number 2, we're going to be sending out a message of gratitude to people that we feel grateful to be in our lives. Day number 3, we're going to be practicing mindfulness. Oftentimes in our mind, we are physically present somewhere, but in the mind, we are somewhere else. So what you have to do is just constantly get yourself back into the moment where you are currently. What you can also do is just have a small notification reminder on your phone that whenever it beeps, it tells you to be present in the moment. And the moment you see that particular indication on your phone, you try to be in that particular moment. Just take a couple of seconds, take a deep breath, and try to be in that particular moment. Experience the moment around you. Just see small things around you. Or preferably, if you want to be in the moment in just a fraction of a second, just try doing anything with your hands. Because when we do something with our hands, we're engaging a lot of our senses. So that actually brings us into that particular moment. So do something with your hand and you will absolutely enjoy it. Day number 4, clear out any emotional clutter. So this is an activity that is going to be tough, wherein you will reach out to a person who's hurt you. You'll express that that particular person has hurt you. Maybe just swiftly communicate to them, or just tell them that this is what you feel, and forgive them. Even if they do not ask for a sorry, if they feel they're sorry, take it. But if they do not feel that they're sorry, just believe that, just behave as if they are sorry and just forgive them. And that is when you'll be able to free yourself of some emotional clutter. And when you are free, that is when there is more space to feel gratitude, to feel happiness. On day number 5, we're going to be doing a 30-minute exercise of stuff that brings us joy. This would be preferably away from any of the screens, phone, laptop, TV, all those things. What you can do is maybe pick up gardening, reading a book, cooking, cleaning, any activity that sparks joy. Like for example, me, the one activity that sparks joy within me is gardening. I just go into the nature, get my hands dirty in the mud, and that is a feeling that I absolutely love. So do anything that sparks joy. It could be embroidering. When I was a child, I used to love doing a lot of embroidery. I'm planning to get that entire thing back. But do something with your hands and do something that brings you joy. That's when you're going to be more joyous in that particular day. Day number 6, you're going to be doing an act of service. You can just walk into your nearest NGO or place wherein you can give or do charity that will spark joy within you. Maybe you can just distribute stuff amongst the people who are needy. And like for example, if it's raining, what you can do is just give in umbrellas, or just order in 10 umbrellas and give it to 10 people in need. And that act of service will not only help you be happy, but also the feeling that you've been helpful to someone. And that's actually a very good feeling. Like I enjoy that particular feeling a lot. So do that. And day number 7 is actually to visualize yourself being the most happiest version of you. The moment you start visualizing yourself as the most happiest person, that is when you start to manifest your happiness into your life. All of these 7 days, try doing each and every activity as a stackable manner. So if you've done any activity on day 1, try to repeat the same activity on day 2, plus at the same time do the activity of the day 2. And by that you're stacking the habits or activities of happiness. And by day 7, you will surely feel more happy with yourself. Despite nothing has changed, it's just your act of kindness has changed. And that's how you get yourself more joyous and bring happiness into your life. So yeah, this was everything that I wanted to talk about happiness. All that I've learned, all that I've read, I wanted to share it with you all. I hope you now have a roadmap of happiness. You know a little about happiness, and watching this video has made you happy or gotten you excited to embrace happiness in your life. on a day-to-day basis. So yeah, that was it for this video, guys. Thank you so much for watching this video till the very end, and I will see you in another video very soon. Till then, bye bye.